usual. Hello there, and welcome to episode 90 of my series where I try to play the cities, towns and urban areas of Norway to a Geoguessr score of 25,000 points each. Today we have made it to the, well, let's call it the urbanish settlement of Ytre Enebakk, which you can see is to the southeast of Oslo, the capital of Norway, and this is one of those places that has pretty much grown from an agricultural and, well, not really agricultural, more like it was more based on logging in the old days. A lot of timber coming out of the woods here. And then in more recent years, it has grown into a suburb of sorts. And it is a place where, well, most of the people who are working people in Ytre Enebakk are people who commute to other areas, like, I guess, to Ski and to Spydeberg and over to Oslo, of course, and other places. So this is a place where people live but don't work. Well, except for the few who work in the shops and stuff, I guess. I don't think I've ever been to Ytre Enebakk. I might have gone through it once as a kid, I think. I used to be a Boy Scout back in the days, and I think we might have been somewhere over here on a camp once, but that's just too vague in my memory. So, yeah, I think we'll find something that is quite forested and not very urban at all, but we will see. Ytre Enebakk, let's go. So, this map has seen some action, I see. So, let's see if we can join to it and make a perfect round. So there's about 4,500 people living in Ytre Enebakk, so it's a modest settlement, but it's far from the tiniest one you'll find in Norway. So we're on the 155 going through the place, so we're somewhere along here, I would assume. We're looking fairly southeast, and we have these small buildings here. And we got a bus stop over there, and we got a road. And the road has a name, and it's called Orreveien. Okay, Orre, that's a kind of grouse. I can't quite remember the name off the top of my head, but they're black grouse with kind of lyre-shaped tails. Skovheim. That's a peculiar spelling for Norway. Skov is Danish for forest and woods, and heim is Norwegian for home, so the home in the woods. Norwegian-Danish hybrid there, no doubt some remnant from the days when the Danes were in charge. So here's Orreveien, and we are, let's see, looking west. We are looking, well, I don't know about the map misalignment here. Seems to be a fair bit of it. So we're roughly here. I'll go with roughly this time. Oh, that was a fairly safe one. I spent a lot of time on it, but that was a... Oh my word, where is this? Oh no. Oh no, this must be in the very, very, very outskirts of the map. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was up here somewhere. It pretty much got to be. There's a couple of other possibilities, but let's see. This is the Oslo Road. Well, that makes sense. This is the Oslo Road, and I think, yeah, we're most likely looking at this spot, aren't we? Now, is there Or maybe we aren't. It kind of fits though, but is there... No, it doesn't. I think it's more likely that we're here. Because the road... Let's see. It just bend back like that, and then it bends back again. Yes. And let's see what's up the road here. And yeah, it does do this bend, and if we have... Yeah, that's okay, so we're down here somewhere. So we haven't quite exited this bend yet. Is it possible to see any houses? There's a house there. But that won't help me much. Ooh. And this is the slightest of bends. And the start of it is over there. And the end of it is over here. I don't know, I don't think counting will help me much here. Let's see, so the start of this bend. Let's see, how many lines can we count? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's see. So if we say that the end of the bend is here, can I see that thing crawling on that little brook or whatever it is? Should be around here. Let's see, that's running on this side. Well, that doesn't help me much, does it? Well, why am I down here? Let's see. Well, this is a bit of a challenge. I am going to take a punt. I hate taking punts in this game, but sometimes it's pretty much the only option I'm left with. And I'm gonna say I'm here. And I think that is very, very, very wrong. I just wish I had the scaling on the map. I don't know, it kind of feels alright, but it wasn't. Oh no. Okay, right. That was not what I was aiming for with this map, but okay. Well, as you can see, very residential place, and yeah, not big on street names, are we? Well, at least not yet. So we're up. Well, if we're up, we should be going down. Let's see. Ooh. Things got stuck for a second. And now, let's see. Okay, we got the Vågli Road and the Borg Road. So the Borg is like a fortress. It's not. It doesn't have anything to do with the Borg. Pardon me. That's the Borg Road. That's the Vågli Road. Now let's see. So we got this thing going down here, which might be this one, but probably isn't, due to the lack of other houses here. So we got a garage sort of in the middle of nowhere, so that's probably this one. Let's see. So, do we have a house? houses missing here. Pardon me for being coughing again. Let's see. I believe I'm here, but I'm in no way certain about it. So let's see, so we got the road up straight here, we got these houses here, and we got that one. Yeah, that ought to be right. No, am I gonna be stuck on this thing? Ytre Enebakk. Okay, so this is just up the road from where we were. So this is up here. We are, let's see, can see that, that's probably that one, so should be around there. Yep. And then up. This is where I want to be. I don't want to be out in the woods. This is called Bråtengrenna. Now a grend is sort of a scattered settlement, and Bråtengrenna is, let's see, I don't know where it is, but kind of feel there's someone called Einar Bråten, but I don't know if he's got anything to do with it. There's a fair few. Here's Bråtengrenna. But okay, looking east, so we're probably here right now, except for, well, these buildings are very, very, very recent, that's obvious. And but then the question is, the road doing the right things? Well, I'm wondering if we might be over here instead. But let's see. Yes. So it says follow, which is the name of the area. Brick service or masonry service. And if, well, brick is not a very common material for building houses in Norway, and if this is not a house that has a masonry company or business housed in it, then I don't know what. Okay, so we are up this bend, and we're looking at this garage here. No, we're not. We're looking at that garage there, aren't we? Yeah, because we're standing in the middle of the intersection here. Come on. There we go. Okay, so that was 4 good ones and a horrible mess. So let's go for round 2. Oh, this looks familiar. Right, what was this again? That was the Borg, and yeah, here we are. And this was here, as far as I remember. Yeah, that should be good enough. Well, map misalignment again. Definitely weren't looking straight at that wall, but I'll take it. Oh no, and now we're here again. Then this time, well, where are we now then? Let's see. Let's stop doing that. That is so annoying. Okay, let's go north instead then. So here we are. Okay, so this is the spot we were. Let's see. So so now we are somewhere closer to this. Let's see. And where is that? Stop that. No. That's so annoying. That ought to be on the opposite side of the road. And I can't get the arrows going either. Come on. Okay, so this is something with R. We had Råkendalsveien. The Råken Valley Road. Somewhere along here. No signs of any houses. And the crossroad on the intersection for this is down there. Or am I looking at that one? Isn't that more likely? So there should be one fairly close to where I am. Is that this one? No, never. Fiddly one. But there's one. So let's see. So we're heading north, and yeah, we got to be just. We got to be around here somewhere, don't we? Let's see. Is there any sign of that other road? That might be it. Well, if that qualifies as a road. But on Geoguessr it often might be the case. There's the bus stop. I'm gonna go with this position. No! No. Okay, well let's just... Okay, this is just up the road from where we were on the very first round. So now we're about here. And okay, it says Våg. Oh, okay, and where's the swimming spot here then? Okay, that's Vik, not Våg. Yellow houses. Road is called Vanglistubben. And we're coming up to a crossroads, so we're probably not here. Okay, then we might be down here. No. But I think we are. As we're coming up on this crossroads down here, I'm fairly certain about that. So... No, I think I'm wrong, parking up the wrong tree here. But I think there's a good number of buildings that don't show. And I don't really want to spend a lot of time on this playthrough. No. Let's see. So this is where the 155 and the 154 meet up. So that's here. Okay, sorry. Then we were here. Yeah, that's the Vanglistubben. Then that thing is quite likely that one. No, it's not. It's got to be this one. So in that case, I'm sort of over here. Yep. I'm taking too long. Okay, we've been in this position before. It's not a map where we're gonna have a ton of different locations because they are a little short in numbers, to put it that way. Right. And, okay, that was that round done. So yeah, now we have to go for round number 3 of this place. I did not expect that. But that bit up there is doing my head in. So let's see if I can avoid that. And maybe get something else that is sufficiently rural. There's a golf course. You don't see... Well, golf is a growing sport in Norway. And now we're looking west. So there's a golf club over here. Might we be down here? Let's see, I'm looking northwards, so we got this road off to the side. Ytre Enebakk school, yep, down there. So we are just off. Let's see, can I see that brook? Is that what's running down here? No. It's probably running here, down between the trees. So we aren't very far from that. Let's say that we're here. Good enough. Next. Okay, up in the residential area, and this time we got Geoguessr in the Links Road. And playing children. And the Vestby Road. Okay. So Vestby and Geoguessr. Vestby and Geoguessr. Yep, very typical. Let's see, it should be over here. We got otter, squirrel, roe deer, Vestby Road, Mountain Road, Links Road. Right. So, which of these are we coming out of? So I'm looking north, but this is slightly way. Okay, so that is the Links Road, and this is the Vestby Road, right? That's the Badger Road, by the way. So we are pretty much smack in the crossroad. So like so wish. Yes, and then we move on to. The Borglo Road is closed through traffic. Go by the Vågli Road, on the Vågli Road. Okay. Borg Road and Vågli Road. Okay, where they cross. And that's all right. Okay, yeah. Now I know where exactly we are. Here's the Borg Road. And there was this mission house, which is this one over there. So we're down here somewhere. And when we look west, we are looking at the lower end of that house, but and eastwards we're looking at the back end of this building. So about here. Oh God! Well, it had to come, didn't it? Okay, so I've been constantly putting myself too far down. So let's try that this time. I have a feeling that might be a little too far down as well. So, but I'm gonna go with that. No. Too far up. Oh, hellfire. Northwest. Do we have any roads with names? Not at the moment. There's a fueling station. And I saw Østmarka, the golf club. Oh, okay, so we are down here somewhere. And probably outside this house here. Let's see, put ourselves there. That was annoying. Ah, but that location over there is just stupid. Let's do this again. Round number 4. Well, at least we're getting some speed going here, and we were about here-ish. Yep. Next one. Okay, this is the Vestby Road. That's the Geoguessr Road that we were at earlier. So we are up here. And this time we are sitting on this intersection. Yeah, that's good enough. And now, this is that same Esso station that we were at on the opposite side of it. And we're looking at this barn over here. That has seen better days. Let's see, if I look to the north, yeah, that building on the bend, which must be that one. We're looking sort of at the middle of it. And we're down there. Yeah, oh, good enough. And now, we've been here before. That was, let's see, that was down here somewhere. Yeah, we're looking at one of these houses. I'm looking at that one-ish, somewhere around here. Yes. Well, don't you know it? Okay, we are going to get it right eventually. That's for certain. Okay, I'm gonna place myself here this time. No! 2 stinking meters away. Oh, come on. Okay, this time it's doable. This time we are down here, and let's see, are we standing? No, we're not standing next to the bus stop, far from it. But we are. Yeah. Ooh. These bus stops are put in weird positions, so we must be. Is that thing this one? No. Can't be. So we're there. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, what am I doing? I. This is getting rather embarrassing. Okay, target practice time. We are. I'm not exactly losing my concentration, but it's more like just doing stupid things. Tongue Road. Okay, wasn't that up here somewhere? Or was that one of the ones that... Ah, here it is. So Tongue Road, and that bit there is this bit, and we're looking south. So we are up here. So we're here. I have to work on my aim. This is not good at all. And now we are... Okay. We're looking midway between these 2 houses. Should be about there. My aim is so off. Okay, I remember this one. That was the Bråten. Get in though. The question is where it was. Was that down here? No, it was not. Let's see if we can figure out where that was again. Well, it wasn't up here, that's for sure. Here we are. And we are... we are standing here. I am covering myself in glory here, and that was just silly. Okay. I have lost the count of number of tries now. Of course, we start out here again. And this time... Okay, let's get this right. Which of the ones is this? Okay, tiny little stopping things. This is a separate road, isn't it? Yes. So this time we're north of here. Okay, we haven't been there before. And so we must be close to these two. And that ought to be doable. We're looking west, and we're looking just south of this building here. So that should put us... Let's see, should put us about here. Yes. I sincerely hope that will be the only location we'll get on that road this time around. As a kiwi. Well, we're certainly getting a full look at all the locations here. And that's interesting. There's a crossroads over there. So which is it? Between the 120 and the 155. So then this time we're down here. Here's the kiwi. So we're about there. Let's see, and looking north. Okay, yeah, that's the clue we got, isn't it? Yeah, we can't really use the kiwi. So we have to use this building on the hill here. And we're looking about the width of it away. So I'll say we're here. There we go. Good. And now... Oof. Okay, so now we are... Yeah, where are we now? Somewhere along the lake. Okay, here's the girl sitting in the bus stop shed. So we're somewhere here now. Can I see? Yes. There's that little thing here. Can I use that? No. And there's this tiny shed over there, which is not on the map. Well, let's don't quite marry 100% to an idea just yet. There's a slight bend here. I don't know how much counting will help me here. But I think it should be around here. A little curve in the road, and it's coming. Sort of the curve is sort of stopping here. Let's count the curve. Let's go with that. Finally, one of those things going my way, and then we're outside that Rema. Okay, downtown Ytre Enebakk. How about that? And so where is this then? Oh, and it's the first day of school. Right, Våg Center. So okay, here's the Våg Center. Okay, right. So here's the... Yes. Okay. And I wish it wouldn't do that. Right. Yeah, so here we have these silos or whatever they are. And the first one is directly south to where we stand. So we should be here. Now guess what we're gonna get. Ha! Told you so. Ay. Right. And this is the one that's between. Right, so this time, this is that one. I'm gonna miss this one as well. I can guarantee it. Although, I'm going to say that what we're looking at here is that. And that probably means that there is this bend. So we should be about here. And it's going to be such a massive miss. I'm so sure it's going to be a massive, massive, massive miss. Let's see. Actually, this could be pretty good. Is it good enough? Oh, don't keep waiting like that. I just can't get that right. I am... Okay, next time I encounter this, I have to do something else. I can't go on like this. This is just plain embarrassing. And Ytre Enebakk, you are really not doing my reputation any favors here. Okay, so that's a Shell station. Have we seen a Shell station yet? Or has it changed? Yes, it has changed into an SO. Right. So there's the SO. Oh. So... what does that mean? That means... we're towards the end of this road, doesn't it? But, kind of feels a little funny. So this must be this one, right? And that is that one. So looking north, that should be about right. And then we've been here before. This is the Vestby Road and the Geoguessr Road, and this is here. And then, yes, this was by the mission house, which is down here. I'm looking at the south end of it. Wait, we were looking at the middle of this building here. So that puts us here. And I can just hear OH2MP laugh. Oh, no. Okay. This time we'll count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. And that's to here. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh God. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's call that 5. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just can't win with this place. It's just doing too many messed up things. Where does that brook cross? Look at these jumps, that's what really... I can't recall whether I was too close or too far away. Can't place myself there this time. Sorry about the raspberry. Well, there. Well, it's going to be fun when I edit this episode to see how many attempts this took, because this is really getting to me. Okay, so this was down here somewhere, and we were about... Yeah, there was this bend here. So I think we were about here. Good enough. And then... Oh! I haven't been here before. So, is this up from the kiwi? Okay. Or kiwi, as we would say. Oh. So. There's a hall of some kind over there. And that's that one. Drive Sports Club. And then we have another building even further down. Is it that one? No. Let's see, we cannot see that thing. There's this house here, which is this one. But, well... Oh no. Well, we have just started the bend, so well, this thing is so... This thing is so messed up. Okay, right. So if I'm looking due east, I'm looking south. Oh, the hall. I think we're about here. And that's probably very wrong, because we are right on the start of this bend. Put it there, put myself out of my misery. No. Oh, crikey. This is such torture. Okay, this is the Rokendal Road, which is this one. We are... This time we're here. Ha! First time I was actually within on this one, and of course that's on the round where I already struck out. Okay, new spot. This looks like the Borg Road. Or Borg Road. And this is obviously the wrong way to go about this. It's not the Borg Road, I think. Let's go this way. And find out. There's a daycare. Fjellknotten. The mountain outcropping. Ytre Enebakk daycare. Could that be? It's not that one. It's gotta be up. Fortnite Gamers, that's a very alternative spelling. Okay, so we're here on the Fjell Road. Here's the daycare we're looking at now. So, the mountain road. We got houses on this side, and so I would guess that looking straight north, we're looking at that one. I'm just clipping the end, almost clipping the end of this one. So that should put us there. And then I assume this is where we were. And so I'll place it there. Okay, we're getting somewhere with these ones. I am so done with this map. I am so over it. Well, but have to see it through. Have to. And like so. I was like thinking that I would have quite quick afternoon game, and then it just turns out to be sheer madness. Okay, this one I think I was a little off on. So let's see. So these are those, right? Right? Yes, these are these. So we're looking up at these guys. That one is that bit. So we're looking at the southernmost of the 3 units. That should put me about there. Yes. Next one. This is probably down here. Which house is which? That's the barn here, that's the SO. So definitely out here somewhere. And we actually, just as this bit comes into the road. So I hope I'm not doing a terrible mistake. But yeah, that was good enough. And here's the Vangsli-Stubben, which is up here. So that should place us here. And guess what we're gonna get now? No, it's actually... Ooh, yeah, we're seeing an end to this. We're seeing an end to this. Hurrah! There we go, finally. Ytre Enebakk, you... Gosh. Oh my word, that was such a piece of work. But yeah, that is what's and all Ytre Enebakk done, and we got a pretty good look at the place. Oh my goodness me, that was embarrassing to say the least, but okay, good fight. Won in the end, but oh, how many attempts was that? Well, the editing will show. So that's episode 90 in the bag. Please say that episode 91 tomorrow will be easier than this. So check in then. Until then, bye bye.